Hello there gorgeous gamers and welcome back to Pure Play TV, and we've got a review for Taxi Life, a city driving simulator. We've also got a new website, so I'm going to give it a cheeky plug right now. Check out the link in the description. Plug over, on with the review. I can't say that I've ever sat in a taxi, or a ride share as they're called these days, and felt any envy towards the driver. It's not a career path that ever enticed me, and aside from Crazy Taxi and the decent knockoff, Taxi Chaos, I've never sought out the experience. But that's why the weird simulator genre exists, to allow us normals to finish our grind at the day job and then come home and pretend to do somebody else's. I'm actually quite into my simulators, to be honest, but I tend to gravitate towards things that I would be interested in real life, like driving a truck through America, or a bus through Germany, or being the world's worst cop. A taxi driver though? Not really. I can't say that Taxi Life has changed my opinion on that, and I won't be putting out my CVs to the local taxi firms anytime soon, and I definitely won't be helping Uber take over the world. But I will admit that Taxi Life has managed to hook me in a little bit. It's alright. It's not great and it's not terrible. Unlike my dodgy driving, it's perfectly middle of the road stuff, though more than a few speed bumps are slowing down this game's potential. The first thing you'll do when you get into Taxi Life is set up your profile and your company, and this is the start of the oddities, and there are a fair few of them. On the profile creation screen, you can add your name, your company name, and pick a logo and company colours. You can also choose an avatar, but if you're not a man, you're going to be disappointed with the options on offer, because you can only choose between 4 guys who wouldn't look out of place in a police lineup. But later on in the game, once you've earned enough cash to buy a second car and hire a driver, you can hire women. I'm the last person to be going on any social justice rant, but even by my own low standards of political correctness, this is just wrong. A glitch, a bug, an oversight, either way, it's not a great first impression. After you've set your company up, it's time to hit the tutorial. Or, if you're an impatient prat like me who insists it'll be alright on the night, you can skip it entirely and get straight out onto the streets and start earning some money. Legally, in a taxi. Not like your mum. Taxi Life faithfully recreates a portion of Barcelona, even throwing in iconic landmarks for you to discover as a way to gain extra XP. Considering that this isn't a big budget AAA game, it looks really good. Many sims, especially on console, tend to neglect presentation, though things have been getting better over the last few years, and Taxi Life has proved that you don't need the GDP of a small country to put out a good-looking simulator game. However, scratch beneath the veneer of Barcelona's beauty and you'll find a game that doesn't run especially well, and it's the technical shortcomings that really throw the experience off course. The driving in Taxi Life is good, for the most part, but with the frequent hitches, frame drops and sudden momentary freezes, it sometimes feels off, and I'd find myself overcorrecting and smashing into whatever was unlucky enough to be in my way. Sometimes it was just a parked car, but I could carry on taking my passenger to their destination. Other times though, it was an unfortunate pedestrian. Hitting one of them results in your current job being terminated and you getting €100 taken out of your funds. It's annoying and quite unfair. The general gameplay loop, as you may have already guessed, is that you pick up passengers and drop them off at their destination. That's how taxis work. How much cash and XP you'll earn depends on the passenger's patience. Each rider has a patience meter which depletes over time depending on how you're driving. Smash into other cars, as noted in my previous example, and the meter will go down. Hit one of the glitchy, oddly animated pedestrians and it's job done. You're also expected to follow the rules of the road, and deviating from those rules, yes, you guessed it, results in the patience meter dropping. If it drops all the way, it's job done, no pay, and a waste of petrol and maintenance fees. Getting around the city isn't as straightforward or as enjoyable as you'd think. I've discovered via Taxi Life that I have road rage that borders on psychopathic. The endless traffic lights drove me round the bend and I turned the air blue more than a few times when I'd missed out on being able to go on the green light because the AI driver in front had decided to take a break from being a good NPC. In fact, the AI in Taxi Life had me raging quite often. If it wasn't some chronic onanist drivers blocking a single lane alley street or ramming into my rear end on a red light, it was the pedestrians being glitchy morons coming to a complete stop in the middle of a zebra crossing, holding up traffic until I had to mount the curb or find another way around. But I still carried on playing. When taxi life works, it's kind of enjoyable. I can prop my phone on the side with a movie playing, just like some of the awful taxi drivers I've experienced in real life, and just chill out and drive. Slowly earning cash and expanding my taxi business was the appeal. Once I finally had enough cash to buy a second car and hire a driver, I did that right away. I thought the business side of the game would be a little deeper. I was wrong. You can hire and fire at will, and each driver comes with their own set of qualities and problems. For example, some may have higher earning potential, but they also call in sick a lot. And with each level up, these qualities increase, meaning if you've got a driver who pulls a sickie every week, they'll be doing it almost daily once you've leveled up enough. I guess that's where the firing comes in and you have a reason to rotate your team. But that's about as deep as it goes. You can assign drivers to cars in specific areas and have them work certain shifts, but, and this baffled me, they'll only earn money when you're also working. So if you decide to hit the garage, do some repairs after ploughing through some mopeds, and then choose to rest for a few hours to skip the game time forward, you'll earn nothing. The drivers will down tools, and you'll be paying them their daily fee, even if they've only worked half their hours. Taxi Life, a city driving simulator, is a collection of good ideas put together half-heartedly. It's fun in the sense that it's easy to kick back and switch your brain off, but it could have been much more. The AI is a real letdown, the stutters and hitches are very disappointing, but the actual driving and the presentation are good enough. Maybe with a few updates under the hood, Taxi Life may yet earn its medallion. And that is the end of this review. Thank you as always for watching, it is always appreciated. If you haven't already done so, go on down below, hit the like and subscribe buttons, maybe leave a cheeky comment, and don't forget to check out our website. I've been Chris, you've been gorgeous, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, cheers my dears.